the audience, we have to be able to, any business can be done, but we have to check whether it is in line with God. And if it's in line with God, God doesn't want us to struggle. It's only the devil who doesn't want you to be able to be successful. But make sure you put things right with Jesus, and all the other things, he adds them unto you. What will it profit us to just live half? And when you read in the book of Genesis, and then you find that Adam and Eve were working before there was salary. There was no salary at that time, but they were working already. So never consider working as based on salary. This was the blessing God gave to all men. So we'll be able to ask all our questions. And the reason I will be able to attend this meeting, these are Christians, so they can tell us the whole truth and nothing else but the truth. So this is the place. They'll tell us about the security of everything when we shall be able to ask. So therefore, what I want you to know is that all things are of the Lord. Let us read Exodus 20, please. Verse 8 to 11. Someone read for us, please. Kindly read from the Bible. Don't read from the phone, please. The phones go wrong sometimes. Just read from the paper.
Exodus 20, verse what, Pastor?
Exodus 20, verse 8 to 11.
Okay, it reads as follows. Good morning, everybody. It's Lucian Godfrey here, and I'll be reading from Exodus 20, from verse 8 to 11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
So what we have is, most people are talking about the Sabbath most of the time, but the Lord has also given the instruction what you do with your 6 days. So today it's about those 6 days that the Lord expects you to work. And when you work, you also keep the devil away from your life and out of your life. Most people are in crime, they are in sin because they had too much time. But in terms of the times we are in, the Lord doesn't have a problem with us. By the way, whatever you consider as money, this is equivalent to planting in the soil in the past. So may the Lord help us, and I hope that the Lord will heal our minds and guide us as we are able to listen today. So I present to you this opportunity that we may learn, and may the Lord guide us. So this is not a religious exercise of give yourself to the Lord through accepting or rejecting. You are here to listen and then take what will help you and leave what can't help you. And God bless us. Let it be.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this quick session. So we're going to run through it fairly quickly. And if you have any questions, just write them into the chat box or write them down, and then we can answer your questions at the end as well. So I'm just going to share my screen. So just give me a moment. Mm-hmm. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Luciana, I can see you. Can you just give me a, thank you. Okay, so the topic is basically mind your business and how to earn income passively. Okay, so basically I was introduced to this business opportunity around just about end of July by Lucian, and that's why he is going to be going through this with me as well. And he'll also give you his side of things and how he got involved in this business. So basically, I've been working with Lucian for a few months now, and as of recent, he just introduced me to this new one, which I'm going to share with you. And hopefully this is something that might be of interest to you. So I spoke to Pastor Sam about it, and yeah, so this is why we're here today. So he gave us the go ahead to present this to you as well. So the name of the company that we are with is called Mining City. And now who or what is Mining City? Okay, so Mining City is based in Kazakhstan, which actually is a place that exists. So even if you didn't know that. And it's a global company that sells hash power to mine cryptocurrencies. So I'm not too sure if you heard of cryptocurrencies, which are basically digital currencies. They're not paper, it's not paper money. So Mining City offers you the ability to mine on the Bitcoin vault. Sorry, just give me a second. Okay, and which is a rapidly growing cryptocurrency that was released in December 2019. Sorry, I just got the children in the background. Just give me a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Can you see my screen still? Okay, all right. So Mining City, people can basically mine digital currency as well as increase the value of their initial contribution by expanding their miners. So the same way miners need to mine for gold, mining Bitcoin requires the use of computers to record Bitcoin transactions. So in short, you're basically buying a computer and renting hash power, and for that, you're receiving mining rewards. So for those of you that don't know, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency created as a secure and safe way to store value. So when it was created in January 2009, it was worth nothing. By March 2010, it was worth 0.003 US dollars or cents. And 10 years later, today, the value of one Bitcoin is approximately 11,500, which is at the time of composing this. I think I checked it sometime this afternoon, so it was about 11,600 by then. Projected Bitcoin is estimated to be worth $100,000 by end of 2021. Bitcoin Vault, which has started back in December, was $1 in December 2019. And today its value is $480. So that's just around 6 months, or just over, 8 months that it's gone up already in that space of time. So this coin is better than Bitcoin because of its security features. You can hack Bitcoin, but you can't hack the Bitcoin vault because of its reversal key and its anti-theft system. The Mining City timeline, so they basically started back in January 2019. The first mining plan was sold. Around August 2019, Mining City community grows to 100,000 people. By October 2019, they launched in South Africa. November 2019, they launched in Latin America. December 2019, launched in Indonesia. And February 2020, they launched in Turkey. So as you can see, there's been a very vast spread in the space of just a year. This passive income opportunity also has a commission structure. So if you want to turn it into a business, that's something you can do as well. So you have the two options of either just, purchasing and having it as passive, and otherwise you can also work with it, and it pretty much sells itself. So it's got that commission structure as well, which we'll go into. So I myself, I purchased 2 plans, and as I said, I only just started end of July, and it started mining from the 31st of July. So I'm just going to log into my account now, and I'm just going to show you what my balance looks like. So just remember 31st of July, today is the 23rd of August, so just around 3 weeks. So just give me a moment. Okay, so I've just logged in. So I'll just give you a little bit of a brief overview of the website and some of the things that are on the screen here. So there it's showing the next payout. So basically what that means is that it pays you every... Yeah?
Sorry, you can still see your slides, eh?
Oh, okay. Just give me a moment. Okay, can you see now?
We're seeing your Facebook browser. Yes, we see it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Lucian. Okay, so sorry, I've just logged into my account now, and as you can see up the top here, it says next payout in 12 hours and 47 minutes. So basically, once you've got a package, it pays you every 24 hours. There you can buy plans, and there's your payment history. They've got a promotion going on at the moment. There's your ranking. So if you're doing it on the commission structure, you can work your way up, and that will go through soon. And then we'll just go into, I'll go into my wallet. So just to show you where my my current value is at the moment. So like I said, started paying me on the 31st of July. So there's the 31st of July. I bought 2 packages. So the one package was paying me $4 a day, and the other package is paying me $8 a day. And they both started on the 31st, like I said, so that continued, paying $8 and $4, approximately, sometimes $7. It just depends on where the cryptocurrency value is. And that continued on a daily basis. And that carries on through there as well. And we are there today, the 23rd of August. That's my current balance. And that's just in 3 weeks, how much this is made. I've got commissions outstanding that I'm still waiting on. That's approximately $1,000 that's still owed to me as well. So it's around $2,000 at the moment in 3 weeks. Okay, so basically, like I said, this is something that if you want to just have on the side and just let it work for you as passive, you can do that. Just purchase a plan and you just get those daily payments of whatever plan you purchase. Obviously, the higher the plan you purchase, the more you get rewarded on a daily basis. I just recently signed up Broglio as well, and we got the platinum account, which is the highest one, and that one also pays at a higher rate. So what I'm going to do at the moment, before I get into all that as well, I'm just going to hand over to Lucian, and he's just also going to give you some information on this. So just give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm just going to hand over the host capabilities to him. Okay, have you got the host, Lucian?
Yes, it seems like I'm in control here right now. Once again, good morning, everybody. And Lucian Godfrey is the name. Guys, just before we proceed, I just want to share the person who invited Justin here. Can you maybe just pop them a message and explain to them how to activate their mic so they can hear us? Okay, so friends, I have been in this industry since 2016, and I've at sometimes I've burnt my fingers, and through that I've also learned a lot, and therefore this opportunity actually comes with experience in the market. Now, it's one thing to, I know that Chanel mentioned quite a few things that might not be too clear, but now we are going to take it a bit slower. So things become more clear for you. And we'll also give you an opportunity to ask questions. Now, I'm going to share my screen whilst I will be sharing the information with you. Okay. So if I'm looking left, it doesn't mean that my attention is not here. I'm looking at the other screen. So what you see in front of you is the CEO of Mining City, who is El Avramovich. Chanel, can you just give me a thumb if you guys can see my screen? Okay, perfect. Now, it's one thing to understand that Chanel was able to generate a income of $1,000 in the last, 3 weeks. But it's also important to know that this is sustainable. So, yeah, Avramovich is the founder of Mining City, and he is not new to inventing new technology. So he's the Smile Phone, which basically it doesn't backside of it. It basically has two screens in the front and in the back. So yeah, at the end of the day, like I say, there's nothing out there like that. So it's also important to understand that this is not the only invention that it has. Also, the La Gabrielle Love, which will be launching in 2022, is also the smallest electric car that he has actually invented. So coming back to the opportunity here to show you how can you actually get started with Mining City. So there are different plans where you can get started with. So you can get started with a $300 plan, a $600 plan, $1,200 plan, and then as you can see, going upwards towards the platinum. So I'm just going to give you a bit of detail on it. So you will basically be receiving mining rewards for 1,100 days. Doesn't matter which plan that you are buying. So because Chanel bought the $600 plan, it is actually, like you guys saw, it is paying a roughly $4 per day. So it works out to plus minus $120 within the month. So if that stays the same, $120 times 5 months, and she's basically got the $600 back, and the rest of the 3 years will obviously be in profit. So she also bought a $1,200 plan, which obviously, like you saw, pays about $8, and that obviously works to $240 on a monthly basis. And also within 5 months, if everything stays consistent, if the value of the coin doesn't go up, if it goes up, then obviously it wouldn't take 5 months, it would be less. So yeah, then basically from there onwards, it will be in profit. So you can start off with a silver. You can also get yourself a gold plan. The gold plan is basically a combination of the $600, the $1,200, the $2,100. So that is the gold plan. You will see that I basically skip the primary plan of $300. You can start there. But that is basically if you really cannot get into one of the other plans. The reason for that is the reason I skipped it was because it has a lot of limitations in terms of if you are going to do the business. But that is also a good place to start should you only afford that at this point of time. Now the platinum plan is the gold plan times 3. Now when you purchase the platinum plan, then you also get yourself a bronze plan for free. So which means you get the $100 basically. And as I've said, that you will be earning for 1,100 days, which is a bit more than 3 years, and you start earning mining rewards from the 10th day. Now, friends, I actually got involved in this opportunity back last year in 2019. But because I'm also a business owner and I was focused on my business and I wasn't focused on this. So I bought myself a plan And a few months ago, this year, when I logged into my account, actually to be exact, 1.5 months ago, when I logged into my account, I was able to withdraw double of which, let's say, because back then you could buy a $500 plan. So I was able to withdraw $1,000, and obviously for the next 2 years, it was still I will still be able to earn. And then I started for the last 7 weeks. I started to tell a few friends about it. Remember, it's not compulsory because for the first year, I didn't tell anyone about it. I just went on with my business. This year, when I logged into my account, I was able to withdraw double, a bit more than $1,000. So then I started telling a few friends, and as a result, I have been able to. I've always dreamed of actually moving to the country. When Pastor Sam was here, I shared my dream with him, and because of God's grace and the work that I have obviously put in, I was able 2 weeks ago to buy this piece of land, and we are planning to build a nice, comfortable home for me and my family out there. So enough about me. This is Zuki Sani, who's also one of guys who actually joined with us about 3 weeks ago, who's a professional accountant, and he has something that he says. He says that money has actually left the office. Even though he's a qualified accountant, he told me that he only has the title. And as a result, he got involved. And because I've been in this industry for approximately 5 years, I also, for those who get started with us, I also share with my expertise in terms of how to automate your business and have it on the internet so you can generate income whilst you are actually not physically working. So he was able to basically generate an income from there, that him, because at the end of the day, he had to study for 4 years. And when he looked at what he's earning there and here, it obviously was a big difference in that. Now, it is not, like I said, it's not compulsory for you to go and tell others about it. So like Pavel, he obviously wants to be anonymous. So therefore you see a question mark there. But he shared, I have a recorded testimony of him where he shared that at 63 years old, I don't know about you guys, but in South Africa, earning 2,500 US dollars per month is, you don't see it every day, because he got himself a platinum plan. So even though he's not doing the business, he's still generating a good income on a monthly basis. So same as when it comes to Chanel, she's doing the business and therefore she was able to generate that income. But our president, Berglio, he's maybe not physically doing the business, but because he got himself a platinum plan, he's also able to now generate a good income for the month. Now, at this point of time, we would like to open the floor for you guys to ask some questions. Okay, I will be going through the chats and I will be seeing if there's any questions.
I've got a question. Is that okay?
Go for it, ma'am.
So basically, because I've heard of Bitcoins before. So you're basically saying this is not Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin Vault, which is, it looks like it works a little bit similar, because I didn't really get into the whole Bitcoin thing because somebody told me you needed to be able to really investigate this. Not investigate, you need to be able to study this thing to be able to know how you're going to accumulate this money. Now, what I'm seeing, what you've just showed me, you're basically saying if you buy these different packages, this is how you're going to get money. But and then you're just basically buying these packages, but what are you doing to accumulate this money? You're just buying packages. It has to come from somewhere. Oh, so you're just buying it and then other people are buying it too. So what is, I'm trying to get that grasp of it.
Okay, that is a very intelligent question, and I will go through that with you on here. So we cannot speak of Bitcoin Vault without speaking of Bitcoin itself. Now, I will be going into it now. Just give me an opportunity to get it up. Okay, I'm going to share it again. Okay, I think I will be answering your question twofold. Now, you said you spoke about Bitcoin, and when I was introduced to Bitcoin in 2016, one Bitcoin about $450. It was in February 2016, and at this point of time, one Bitcoin is over 11,000 US dollars. Now, many people could buy one Bitcoin in 2016, but not everybody's sitting with $11,000 now to buy one Bitcoin. And Bitcoin Vault Bitcoin has a bit of flaws, but that doesn't mean that it is something bad. So like you used a certain phone 2 years ago, and 2 years after that, there's a new and better phone coming. So that is basically what Bitcoin Vault basically is. And Bitcoin Vault is now currently trading about $400 US. So you basically, even if you missed out on Bitcoin, you still have an opportunity today to basically accumulate some Bitcoin Vault. Now, something that comes up many times is a pyramid scheme. Now, you asked the question, is it just people that is buying plans, and where is the money coming from? So, guys, I don't know about you guys, but here in South Africa, we have our FNB bank. You will see that there's a Visa on it. We have a Capitec bank. You will see that there's MasterCard on it. So if you look at your bank card, one of those two are actually on there, Visa or MasterCard. Even if you have money within that card, if Visa and MasterCard are offline, then you can swipe that card, nothing will happen, because they are verifying transactions. They see that you have $30 within your card, and you swiping your card, they will subtract, let's say you're buying food for $15, and they will move the other $15 over to the merchant. That is what Visa and MasterCard do. So even though you have dollars or pounds, you won't be able to move it if Visa and MasterCard are offline. Now that is exactly what Bitcoin mining or Bitcoin Vault mining is. So you will see, like Visa and MasterCard have big warehouses full of these machines where they are verifying transactions on a daily basis. Now, mining City or mining Bitcoin, it's basically the same thing. So your funds actually goes to buying a mining machine. So it looks like this. Let me bring up. So this is basically the S9 machine. So it looks like this. So your funds will go towards buying a plan like this, and it is mining Bitcoin Vault. Now think of gold. Before we can lay our hands on gold, people need to go down into the ground to go and mine some gold, and they are the people who lay their hands first on the gold. So that is the same that is actually happening here. So if I just have to share with you some pictures of mining City. Before we got involved, we sent a few of our leaders to Poland, and they were able to go and verify the mining farm. So, okay, I don't have the exact pictures of them here. Okay, here are the group. So they also, at their opportunity, they were able to go over and go and verify the mining machines, and are they actually really mining Bitcoin. So if that answers your question, good. If not, and then yeah, you can just make mention to it.
So, but yeah, kind of, yeah. So you're basically just, but at the end of the day, so you're buying it. I mean, so you're buying it and it's just a mining city. So like a bank, you've got your money you're going to save, and then that's it, you're going to leave. So to me, this seems like it's a little bit similar to shares. Yeah, so basically shares in the fact of when it goes up and then when it comes out and then you pull out, but you don't know. I mean, with shares, you know, you're buying into certain companies. Like, and basically in England, you'll buy onto like British Gas, depending on who has got the highest share. So with this Bitcoin thing, surely there must be, I mean, you've got Mining City, for example, because I don't know the whole thing. So there must be different companies who have this different different rates. So sorry, the rates is the packages, I'm guessing. Well, not, it's not the rates because you don't know what the rates are. You're just buying a package, and actually the rates are the four things per day. That's the rates, isn't it? Because you were saying the lady bought 2 packages. One of them was accumulating 4 a day, another one was accumulating 8 a day. So that's probably similar to the share structure. Is that right? Because with
Yes,
shares,
yes,
you wouldn't just go to any, you would investigate different companies. Where in England you'd investigate like BP, like British Gas, like, so basically you would go to who has got the highest share and then you would buy it. But with shares, again, it can go down or it can go up depending on the market. And then because people can actually lose or gain, as you said. Like, cause some people keep saying, all right, then I've got maybe a 2,000, I'm not going to take it out, I'm going to keep going. But then once the interest goes down, then you could lose it. So the same with this, you don't know when you're going to come out, do you? Or you're just going to just take that chance. As you said, you lost and gained. So you've got an examples of what that happened to you.
okay. There are definitely different mining opportunities out there. There are more scams out there than legitimate companies. So therefore, we did the necessary work to actually send some of our leaders there to go and verify that it is actually legitimate. And you need to actually verify that. Now, when it comes to buying different plans, yes, it is not like mining. If you were to ask how much gold are you going to get tomorrow when you go down into the ground, there's no telling how much gold you are going to get. But based on the past, that is what we basically have shown you. And our past results doesn't guarantee our future results, but that is what it has been for over the last, I've been involved personally for the last 14 months, but the company obviously exists for longer than that. Is there any other questions?
Lucian, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jean-Pierre.
My question is, so for instance, if you buy the $600 package now, is there a certain amount you make every month, or like, for instance, if you buy the $600 package, how much you get on a monthly basis?
Okay.
Does it vary like that, or what?
Let me share my screen once again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to show you at this point of time what Chanel has shown you. So with her $600 plan, at this point of time, she's earning about $4 on a daily basis, eh?
Okay.
So if you times 4 by 30 days, then that works out to $120.
Okay,
So
I get it.
if you times that by 5, then that is $600. So then you still have 2.5 years to obviously earn mining rewards, and that is basically just profit. Guys, there are people who actually had their return of the amount that they basically started off with. They had it before 5 or 6 months, but that is what we are experiencing at this point of time. So like I say, there is no telling how much will it be tomorrow, how much will it, even since 2016 when I was involved in this industry, people always wanted to know for sure how much am I going to get tomorrow. Remember why the banks tell you that they're going to give you 7%, because if you look at and they can specifically tell you how much. So this do not compare this to banks, because let's just say this stays consistent, eh? So that is within let's say 6 months. So within the 3 years, then your 600 works out to times 6, obviously. So it is $3,600. So that is now at the end of your 3 years.
Okay.
Now let's look at banks, what banks offer. Let's say you're taking your $600. Okay, so now they promise you for sure 7%. Or let's say 10% even. We know that the banks won't give you 10%, maybe in your country, but not here by us. That's 10% per annum. So which means at the end of the year, you're gonna $660. And the end of that year, the second year, you're gonna sit with $726. Okay, here's where my maths will leave me. I'm just going to add a, okay, I think I can work it out. So you're gonna set 190, make it $900 even. $900 at the end of the 3 years. So because banks takes more than 100% of, not more than 100%, but like 99% of your profits of the money that you are keeping within your bank. Therefore, they can promise you, no, I'm going to give you 7%. I'm going to give you this percent. So there's a big difference between this, the idea in 3 years, and this idea. So this is if you get 10%. And it's highly unlikely that people still get 10%.
Thanks, Lucian. I understand though. Thanks a lot, bro.
Thank you. Any other questions, family?
Basically, that means you need to basically invest in this for 3 years, because like in the UK, you've got different interest savings you can get. So you can basically get a high interest. A high interest, you're going to accumulate a lot the longest. Sorry, you're going to accumulate a higher rate the longer you keep it in. So looking at this looks like 3 years. See, 3 years, that's when you'll gain a substantial, well, not a substantial amount, but you'll gain a high investment. So at the moment, you said you've been in there since 2016, and then you invested another one last year. Have you taken your money out yet, or you're not going to you're going to wait? How long are you going to wait to take it out? Or you're not going to take it out, you're going to buy another package? Or what is the whole incentive of you doing this?
Okay, I just to get things clear, I got involved in this industry, in the cryptocurrency industry in 2016 in February. I got involved with this specific company last year in 2019. Right? So
Oh, right, yeah.
I shared earlier that I got involved last year. Let me just share my screen once again.
I understand. I thought you said you I know you said you got invested in a business from 2016. I missed that part that you said you actually got involved in this one last year. But you found out about it in 2016. Is that right?
Yes. So that was when I started in the industry. So, but I joined this specific company last year, and
okay.
this year I was able to withdraw $1,000, and a bit more than $1,000. But I was also telling a bit of friends about this opportunity, and out of the commission, I was able to buy this. So definitely, I am a person who withdraw, but I'm also building my portfolio to grow it over time. So it depends on the specific person. Remember, the first step, what I did was to withdraw my double my amount that I basically got started with. So some people, like I showed here, Mr. Melville, the person's face that I didn't see.
Yeah.
He cannot afford to basically wait for 3 years
Yeah,
So
to save.
we work
Yeah,
on this on a monthly basis.
yeah.
So one person will want to withdraw on a monthly basis. Another person would want to buy
To
some nice
save.
thing.
Yeah,
Others,
depends.
yes, others would want to reinvest after 3 years. They would reinvest once again. So yeah, so like for instance, Mr. Melville, he also got a few packages for his children. So yeah, it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Nobody will tell you don't withdraw at the end of the month your mining earnings that you have accumulated over the past month.
So the only way, so because I'm sure when someone told me about Bitcoin, they said the more you can buy into other computers or whatever it is that time in the phone, because that's when you can buy into different ones as well. And so this Bitcoin vault thing, I know the lady, she went into the computer and she started seeing the values. So these are other computers going on as well, or other people's accounts.
Okay.
So,
If I'm understanding correctly, mining service, mining Bitcoin, anything Bitcoin Vault. Like I said, Bitcoin Vault is trading it around.
we've lost you. Hello. I know you froze for a moment, so I don't know if you said anything, but I didn't hear it. But you froze. So if you could just repeat
Okay.
that. Yep.
Okay. A mining and Bitcoin Vault. Profitable coin at this point of time will be Bitcoin Vault. So I don't must understand me. I do have Bitcoin. I
Yeah.
do have Bitcoin, but I have Bitcoin in my portfolio because I'm expecting a growth in.
Are you still using your Bitcoin?
Yes, I don't have a formal job. This is basically my office. So I only do this. I have other company, also a cryptocurrency company. So I only use Bitcoin. When I bought that plot, I had to convert it. We obviously show you how to convert the Bitcoin to your local currency, whether it's US
Yeah.
dollar, with
Yeah.
yeah. So I bought that plot with money that I converted to rands. But in 2018, the merchant actually accepted Bitcoin, and I was able to buy a second-hand BMW. But I was tied with Bitcoin.
Really, that's good.
Any other questions? I see that. Dagos Daniel as a maybe I missed it. Okay, here's someone that says that with the two $600 packages, they broke even within 3 to 4 months. So yeah, thanks for sharing there, Justin. If not, because then do you can you just once again, maybe I missed your
Yeah.
question. Once again,
No,
share
no, no.
there.
I didn't put it. Just make you aware. I have a question. Please explain for her, for Miss Simi, and for us also. This measuring unit TH. How much part of Bitcoin is 100, 1,000 part of a Bitcoin in this TH per day? TH. It says per day. Every package is
The
measured in
TH.
TH. Yeah.
I'm just going to think of a computer. Some computer will be very slow, and I1 will be very slow, and I5 will be very much faster. So it has more computing power. Now, if you have 3TH, that is terahash. So which means you have a little computing power. So if you buy a bigger plan, you'll see that there's more TH, which is more terahashes. So you have more computing power, so which means you're mining more coins on a daily basis.
Thank you. Why is it this interruption of 10 days? Why does it start straight away? Why do you have to wait 10 days to start mining?
Okay, so to buy these machines, to get it transported. If I bought a few books from Amazon and it's going to take like 2-3 days to get to South Africa. So to buy these machines, they need to get transported, they need to get plugged in, etc. So that is the reason for the 10 days.
You know why I'm a little bit skeptical about the Bitcoin? I know it's a Bitcoin is an algorithm. It has an ID, specific ID, and it has a limited amount which you can mine, and the whole population of the world can mine. So it will be harder and harder to mine a Bitcoin. So is it really
Yes.
worth it to invest it, because it's a limited amount?
Okay. You can see it on different ways. You can see it as when it's limited, it's a bad thing, or you can see it as a good thing. Think of fiat currency. If you go to YouTube now, put in fractional reserve banking, then you'll see how money is being printed by governments like it's going out of fashion, because it's just basically paper. So there's an overflow of money, and therefore we have inflation. It has little to do with how governments run it. Maybe the president has something to do with it, inflation. But if you go to, and see, like the US dollar since 1932, it has lost 95% of its value. Our currency, local currency, has lost like 99% of its value. So at the end of the day, fiat, the more overflow there is, think of if there is something scarce, there's scarcity, there's value. You don't see a Rolls Royce running up and down. Why? Because of the value of it. You see a Toyota Tez running up and down because it's a bit cheap, and yeah, so its scarcity is actually a good thing. 2018, they found more gold deposits, and what did that do to the price of gold? The price of gold went down because there's now an overflow of gold. So now, because the coins are limited, the value of it tends to increase. So it's actually a good thing. And you did make mention about anonymity. So there are wallets that you can use that you don't need to actually put in your ID and your name, etc., stuff like that. But remember, currently, the governments and has actually become wiser. So now we are able to determine how much tax you need to pay on your income, etc., stuff like that. So regulations are in place, and it is being regulated differently in different states. So one country would say it is, for instance, a money, and another country would say it's an asset. So different countries will regulate it differently, if that answers your question. Sister Carmen Glaston asked, will you also show how you built your profile? I don't understand, sister. Would you kindly unmute yourself?
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. I just want to know, with the person that I spoke to previously as well, you have a right side and a left side, and how you get people to join. And you also mentioned something about that. So I just want to know, would you show us that as well?
Not everybody wants to do the business. I believe that most year we also invited some of our friends, but as you know that we don't work from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset. But because I'm doing the business, I woke up this morning and I'm still earning $800 for today. Now, I don't know about in your country, but $800 times 17.5, we're looking at my wife is doing this now because she wants to know how much are we earning today. I'm joking, but it's like 17,000 rand for the day. So I'm going to explain that. Guys, remember the passive income, if you're not doing the business, then it doesn't matter with which team you are actually joining, because we all get that. But when it comes to doing the business, I don't want to brag, but I've been 5 years in this industry, and I have certain skills that I only make open to people that is actually in my team. That I show them how to actually automate their business, how they can generate income such as this. So I'm going to be sharing that. You can everybody can get back to the person who actually invited them here, so they can show them how they can actually get started, because you need to get started in order to know how to do the business.
I have a question.
Okay.
I just wanted to check with your taxes with SARS. How does that affect your income? Do you pay taxes on that?
Yes. So remember, you have your Bitcoin in a certain wallet. You can have it in a wallet where you don't need your personal details. But once you withdraw that funds to your bank account, then SARS, or SARS is our South African tax revenue. So then they can obviously see that. So we are not attorneys, but at the end of the day, each and every person needs to actually, what is the word? English, not my first language, eh? You need to declare your external source of income as well.
Okay. So, what would you say are the risks? What are the pitfalls?
The risk is to wait like most and get started when this coin is already over $10,000. I'm just joking. But yeah, what is the risk to it? Um, I will say there's nothing out there that's not a risk. Going out, me and my family were about to go to the beach. That is a risk. I mean, even sitting in this house is a risk because the roof can also come down. So there's nothing out there that doesn't have a risk. We just show you what is our past, and the risk. I think the biggest risk is to keep your currency in fiat currency. Fiat currency is all paper money. So as it's losing value, I don't have my wallet here with me, but I have different currencies of which I show basically where it was and where it's going. And I know I don't expect you guys to have the confidence like myself, but you won't go to the bank and see a substantial amount of money in my bank account because I don't keep fiat currencies. I keep more coins because I have more belief in it. I don't expect you to do the same. I'm over 5 years in this industry, and I have a bit of knowledge on this.
Okay, Lucy, let me ask for the audience. I think what she may not maybe be saying this, but what we're not talking about the risk that is unavoidable is basically Bitcoin based. So if ever we say to a person, you're gonna plant maize, the risk is it may not rain and then you're gonna lose out of the stock. So if you can just tell them when are you likely to lose here, and then that's fine. Then people know they are likely to lose. For example, if she puts $600, then you can tell her that the likelihood, people think about stocks go down. And we know during COVID, many companies have shut, so people are gonna lose money. And the reason is COVID. They can't change that.
Sure.
And then if ever you say to me, if ever I was a funeral undertaker, what is the risk? The people will always pass away. But when you talk about ethically, then you start realizing it's not business. This is something that is moral that they have to do and God requires them. So that you put aside, that's not equivalent. For example, that's not we're talking about people will die and the undertakers, whether there's COVID or not, there are these businesses that won't be out of service. So I just want to put the parameters out that if you go to the beach, or the reason we pay for insurance, people may not be aware. When we put the money in the bank in most countries is that you're gonna get nothing. You're just gonna get, if you put your money, and in other countries you always lose. So I think people are aware that where they keep the money doesn't, generate anything. But if you want just to tell them basically, or us, that if you put Bitcoin, this has happened, or let's start with 600. What is the worst that can happen with my 600, except for Bitcoin closing down? Don't worry about Bitcoin closing down. We talk about when it's running, what's likely to happen, please.
Okay, so the reason why I am actually confident in speaking about this company, because of its fast return of amount that you basically started off with. So a husk would be, you said, I can only think of if the demand for the specific coin goes down. So that is the
Yeah.
only husk I see.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. We are talking to people, and this is how people relate. People never knew. The banks were made compulsory. When I was born, banks were not compulsory. People were given their salaries in their hand. So they decided where to take the money. But the law changed. They forced people to put the money. And the banks take our money and give us mortgage. They use your money to give you a mortgage and charge you again. So they are charging us. Basically, that is capitalism. And I know that it's not moral according to God, capitalism. But when we are here, you're talking about somebody putting 600 or 6,000 or 60,000. Just tell them the possible risk, the possible gains. People will smile. Just tell them the possible risks. That's all that you are aware of. If you are not, it's okay. Then we know that we were not told about the negative aspect.
Okay, the possible asking that, because remember I've seen a lot in this industry, and I actually wanted to make sure that things are good going forward. So one of the possible husks is, like you said, we understand that of the demand, and then the next possible husk would be maybe if, let's say, the specific plant where our machines are burns, but that is also what is it, insured. So that is one of the husks that is also being covered there. So the founders may be running away. That is also one of the husks. But because we did the necessary research on them having actually even bigger companies and inventions as this, so that is one of the husks of which I will be biased to say it is impossible to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm fairly happy, and there isn't one member in the company basically that is unhappy, because if you compare it to banks, then it's a no-brainer. Then I think one husk would be to want to do this on your own. We have a lot of people that doesn't want help from others, and I know when it comes to finance, you want it to be you maybe not as open, maybe like Mr. Melville, but remember, if you were to withdraw your funds and you make one mistake, it's like a bank account number. If you put something different in there, if it's not exact, that money will never, nobody can get that money back for you. Doesn't matter whose door you knock on. So make sure that you get help from a person that knows.
Okay, so then basically for this, you need to know, you need to have internet. That's the first thing.
You need to have, not constantly, eh?
No. Yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry. We are living with many people. I know in South Africa you'll have a lockdown or a load shedding as well. If you have load shedding, so you can't access your funds, isn't it?
Yes, if you have load shedding, you can't access your funds.
Yeah. So okay. So number one, if you don't have internet, your money is not available.
Yes.
And then, of course, that will be the same with other banks as well. I'm talking about in the case of the electricity is not there, or then you can't process the thing. So then that's fine. And then you're talking about the machines can burn or other things. That one, I'm okay with that. It's okay. But what you're talking about, the possibility of putting a digit in your account and other things. So therefore, this business will rely on, you have to undergo tutorial.
Yes, I have basically a set of courses, a short 3-minute videos that explain exactly what to do to be safe in this industry.
Thank you.
Pastor, can I also just add something? I just wanted to probably elaborate a bit on the risks. You also say that the shares go up and down, and we know sometimes the shares can be on negative. I'm not too well versed about the financial market, but is there a possibility that there can be a negative or you can lose some money from the shares when they go down. I think that's what basically I wanted to check.
Okay. Daniel asked a very, very intelligent question. He asked about the terahashes. Remember, when you're speaking about shares, then you are basically, it's not specifically shares, but, excuse me, we are speaking about computing power. Now, the coins that is being mined, it fluctuates in value. So it can go up in value, it can go down in value. So there are times when it is best to sell it. Let's say,
don't die,
one day.
Godfrey. Get some drink as a belief. Say it as a belief. Don't die. Okay. Let us give him a chance to sort the throat, and we're able to come back to this aspect of question. Are you ready? You want something to drink?
I've got something coming.
Okay, it's coming. Okay. Thank you. Don't die and leave the shares.
It's not Kahuna.
No, you must get Bitcoin and get the drink as well. All right, let's go.
So it's your computing power stays the same for the next 3 years. However, the value of the coin fluctuates. Let me explain something. In May, not in May, in April, this specific coin was around about $70. So let's say you earned $120, so which means you earned 1.3 coins. Right? It was only $70. So you earned $90, so which means you earned 1.3 of these coins. But now you didn't convert your local pound or your rands. You kept it, having it in the specific currency, which is Bitcoin Vault. But now that 1.3 Bitcoin equals, because one equals about 430 US dollars. So now that $120 equals now to well over 500 US dollars. So because it increases in value, and I know that it is mind-boggling because we are used to our currency losing value, and it is because of fractional reserve banking, where banks and governments are printing money like it's going out of fashion. But that same coins tends to go up in value, and as a result, we obviously see sometimes that we have a return of the initial capital that we started with, even shorter than the 5 or 6 months.
Lucy, that maybe the question is very basic. It's simple. I put 600, and then if ever is there a chance the Bitcoin will go minus, I end up having left with 500. That's all. That's the question, basically. Is it possible to end up losing until they get 500, which happens with the other stocks? That's the question.
It is possible. However, it has never happened before, but it is possible.
Okay, thank you.
Before we wrap this up, friends, I'm getting people that is contacting me for how they can get involved. You need to get back to the person who actually invited you here, and that person will be helping you on how to actually get started. So this is ready to get started. WhatsApp your name and who connected you to my number. So that is Chanel's number. So you guys can contact her and say who actually introduced you to this business, and we will put you in contact with that person and help you to actually get started. So today is the 23rd. So I hope at the 3rd you start earning your daily rewards. Over to you, Pastor.
Yeah, before you go, you were talking about commissioning. So if like I join, I need also to be arranging meetings?
Okay, so there are meetings done all across the world. I have people within my business in the UK, in Australia, in the US, yeah, you name it. So there are already qualified people who are doing the meetings. So you can just invite them. There we see that Angeline is also tuning in, saying good morning. She's all the way in New York. So irrespective of where you are in the world, we have meetings, people who are doing it. So you can just have them tune into that Zoom meetings. If at a later stage you feel that you are comfortable doing it yourself, then you can do that, but that is not necessary at this point of time. So there's something called leverage. You leverage other people's expertise. So you just become an expert invitee.
Okay. So what will be the commissioning rate?
Depends on your basically experience on how fast you can do it. Like I said, there's different commissions. I didn't want to go too much into the commissions, but the person who invited you here, who invited you here, ma'am?
I was invited by Convivium. Convivians.
Okay, so that's most probably Braulio, our president. So you will, Chanel will be able to assist in that regard and show you guys how I was able to make one day the last week of like $1,400.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me come
Free.
to
How long is the training structure in this thing? Because it doesn't seem like you just sign up. It seems like you need to attend meetings. So it's for you to be experienced. How long is the training structure, and what does that entail? Having to invite people and.
I have a program that is online that you can watch on your own time that will teach you exactly how to do it. So like King's that professional accountant, he was able to, even though he's new to this industry, because we have a automated system that we help you guys with, he was able to like introduce over 60 people within his first week. Even though he couldn't explain the business, there are some marketing skills we have to assist you in that regard.
I think, Lucy, this is, I'm just hearing for the other mind, is that the question is, how long have to wait? If the person is $600 today, can they start now their first day of these 10 days today? Maybe that's the simpler way of asking, maybe what I'm trying to understand.
If they have it today, we will most definitely get them started today. After this call, then we'll have quite a number of people that already interacted that wants to get started. So then we will obviously be helping them to get started today. So within the next 10 days, it will be good.
Yeah. So the question was, can she do it without having to undergo the lessons? That I think that's what. Yeah. Thank you. That's the question.
No, but you're saying the only person that we have to teach this route is from the person who introduced us, but you seemed very experienced. So does it only have to go in that structure that the person introduces you, or it's not just a case of you can just get in contact with anybody? It just seems a bit...
It's a moral duty.
Ethically speaking, remember, I'm going to earn a commission should you come to me, and we don't want that. The person who invited you here is the person that needs to earn that commission. But even though that person invited you, I'm also working with that person. So which means you are also part of my team. So even though you go back to that person, that means that you're going to be working with me. So you have nothing to lose.
No, so you're saying your mentor then, or your go-to person has to be the person that introduced you. You can't just go, because like I'm saying, with anything, it's more experience, you know? So you're saying, so your experience, you only have to go through that person to be able to get the experience or to get the knowledge. That's what I'm hearing. You're saying it only has to be the person that introduced you.
No, that person will use a link to sign you up, and I will be mentoring that person and yourself.
So so the whole structure is, if you want to tell people about it, they have to come on board and then get an instructor. So it's like a pyramid style thing.
It's a network marketing opportunity should you want to do the business, which is not compulsory. Yeah.
But if you wanted to do passive, then does it work the same way?
Yes, it works the same way. Like I explained earlier, that I was involved for 1 year. I didn't introduce a soul, but I was able to withdraw more than double of the amount that I got started with. So for those of you guys who are not interested in doing the business, you can just passively mine your Bitcoins and withdraw it on a monthly basis or on an annually basis. And those of us who want to do the business will have two sources of income, the passive and the commissions, but you don't need to do that. It's not compulsory.
Okay, I have a question on the working principle of your business on some aspects that we may have missed. I just want to understand, when you say mining of the coins, does it mean that like when I join, I just join with a certain amount, or does it mean that I need a certain equipment? For example, you spoke about computing power. So do I need a certain computer, like a supercomputer, and then does it have to have cooling systems? Does it have to have certain specifications? How does the actual day-to-day, how does my life look on a day-to-day basis in order for me to earn that, say, $4 or something like that?
Okay, so remember, the company does all the work on your behalf. You get started. Let's say you start off with $600. You do your payment. After 10 days, then should you log into your account, you will see $4. If you log in the next day, $4. If you log in end of the month, there's $120, for instance. At that point of time, you can just withdraw it. So you have to do nothing. It's just a plug and play. The same as with the bank. You just do it and then go on with your life. That is what I basically did for the first year.
Okay, sounds great. So now, when, say, at the end of the month, I do want to withdraw, how do I withdraw? Say, in this case, in a South African context, how do I go about withdrawing that amount? Do I withdraw it directly to my bank account? Do I need to open PayPal? How does it work?
Okay, so I have a video to cover that, because remember, there are people on this call from all across the world. So like, for instance, South Africa, there's a ChainX exchange. ChainX has your Bitcoin vault and your hands. So you can convert it there. So you will withdraw it from your account to your ChainX, convert it to hands, and withdraw it to your FNB, Capitec, or any other bank out there. Then maybe like someone in the UK would have to withdraw it maybe to Binance, and then from there convert it to hands and straight to their bank account. So people will use different exchanges depending on where they are in the world. So yeah, but there is a video that I have online that will show you exactly how to convert it to your local currency. Sorry, and to your bank after that.
Do they take commission when they exchange it from Bitcoin to our currency? Do they take commission after this? Yeah.
Yes, Chainx has a 0.25. Remember, they are handling a service, so they deserve commission.
And also, a bit like the stock exchange here, well, we've got this paper where it basically has a list of all the companies and what the rates are. Similar to the bank as well. You can basically see, or even your own accounts, you can basically see what the interest rates are. And then if they do change, they notify you. With this Bitcoin thing, is there like a page or something that shows you what the rates are and all the other companies are making, or how do you know what the rates are each day?
Okay, I will put that in the, okay, I'm not going to put it in the chats. I'm just going to share my screen. And there are two different ones that you can check on a daily basis what the rates are. So the one will be www.coingecko.com, and the other one will be www.coinmarketcap.com. coinmarketcap.com. So you'll be able to see the exchange rate on there on a daily basis. And yeah, you'll be able to, once again, see that irrespective of where you are in the world.
So Godfrey, if we understand what you mean is that, say for a $600 package, it's not a standard $4 a day. It actually depends on the rate, as you mentioned. Is that what you mean?
Can you just I didn't get you so clearly.
All right. So my question is, you mentioning to, like the websites that you just gave now, does it mean that if, say, I get a $600 package, it's not a standard $4 a day, it actually fluctuates depending on how the rate is? Is that what
Yes.
you mean?
Yes, most definitely. Like I said earlier, hey guys, let me. I know people learn better by visualizing. Let's say in April you earned $120. Hey, so because one coin was about $70, so which means you were sitting with one. Let's say, don't quote me on this, please, guys. So that is what you earned for April, right? But now you did not convert that 1.3 Bitcoin Vault to US dollar or to your pounds. But now one Bitcoin Vault equals to $430. So now your $120 is worth times 1.3. So well, let me get out a calculator for this. 430 times 1.3. I'm sure that you guys get the picture now. 430 times 1.3. So now you're sitting with 5,559. So if you converted this 1.3 coins in April to your local currency, it would have been $120. If you convert it now, that same $120 will be worth $559 now.
Yeah, similar to interest rates. And also as well, you mentioned different countries have got different requirements. So obviously UK, so how would we find out about what they allow and stuff? I mean, you're based not what they allow, you were saying the law, what the law says on basically, I think you need to recap again, because you mentioned that part where basically you're saying
Yes.
like the countries, they will have different law requirements on what.
Yes.
Where would you get that information from? Because obviously I'm not in South Africa, I'm in UK, so I'm sure ours is a lot harder.
We have a big team in the UK as well, so it will be impossible to download all the information that we know, that we have acquired over the years, to get everything answered. However, once you get back to the person who invited you here, that person will take you slowly through the steps on how to actually get started and how to actually stay safe in reporting on how it basically will be text, etc. Because like I say, it's for different countries differently. So we won't be able to explain how it works for all the countries out there. So the specific person who invited you will be able to do that.
Godfrey, I am going to go back and inquire about some of the terminologies that you used, and please correct me as we go along.
Okay.
You mentioned mining. Is it hashtag mining? And you know, like you're drawing similarities, I believe, between this business and Bitcoin. And according to my understanding, when say I buy Bitcoin, I would have Bitcoin and then I could convert it anytime. But in this case, and help me to understand if I missed anything here. In this case, you mentioned buying a package, say in this case $600 package, and then it's running for 1,100 days. And after 1,100 days, my earnings stop.
Yes.
Did I understand you correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So now, so you're basically not buying a coin in this case. You are basically sort of investing
Yes.
and not doing anything in
Yes.
terms of having equipment and things like that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then that means that your potential to earn more is not very much affected. I mean, it doesn't mean like now my earning potential or my share price, I would imagine, now increases in 2 years or it decreases in 2 years' time. It will still be roughly, say in this case, if the rates remain as they are, it will still be $4 per day, whether it's today or it's 1,000 days from now. Is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am. Remember, less than 1% of the world is actually involved. So many people saw this, but there isn't maybe someone who can answer all their questions, or someone who they actually trust to get involved with. So as more people get involved, the values tends to go up. So therefore, we actually saw that growth. So just making the comparison in terms of mining and buying the coin. So let's say buying the coin, you remember you can buy the coin, eh? This is buying the coin. So you can buy Bitcoin this month, buy more next month, and buy more the month after that. That is money out of your pocket for those 3 months. But now investing works like this. Let's say this is a chicken. Remember, I can't draw. This chicken, when you're buying shares, you're basically buying a chicken that can lay you eggs this month, next month, and then the month after that.
Right. No, I totally hear what you're saying. So basically, what would you say? Would you say there are actually any similarities then between the business that you are presenting today and the Bitcoin? Because the Bitcoin, once a person has earned, rather has bought a coin, they own it for like however long they choose to, to have it. But in this case, you're basically mining the coin for like what coin do we call this? Are we buying into like, okay, so if a person actually buys a share, is it buying a share into mining this particular coin that you're talking about today?
Yes, it's buying a share into this particular coin, mining it.
Is it a coin that exists that one can buy, just like a person can either buy a Bitcoin or they could invest into mining a Bitcoin?
Yes, you can also buy it and then just keep it and not mine it.
Okay.
Okay. Seems as if Daniel was your hand up for a question.
So to explain her a little bit and to confirm if we understood right. So for example, for the 600 package, we are buying a part of the machine which is mining. So the machine I've seen in what you shared on the screen, it was 12K 400 dollars. The machine, the mining machine, which the company is using. So we are buying a part of the machine. 600 pounds is just a part of dollars is a pound of the machine. It's a part of the machine. Yeah.
Yes, remember $600 won't buy you a full machine. So these machines are quite expensive. So unless you're buying maybe the founder and not the founder, the platinum plan, which is about $12,600. So yeah, but guys, this is all the time that we have. We're going towards 90 minutes now. All the questions will be answered by us. So here's the details, and you can get into contact with this person, and Pastor Sam will be helping up for us at this point of time.
Oh, okay.
Over to you, Pastor.
Can you kindly answer the question of link, please? And Simi has a question. Can you answer her? If there's nobody in UK, can they talk to you in the meanwhile? Then you redirect them. Is that okay?
Yes, they can come to me, and I will be helping them.
No, I was saying the person who introduced me is not doing it herself. So obviously you can't be getting some information from somebody who's not doing it themselves. So I'm saying, isn't there the UK contacts from somebody who's actually doing it?
Yeah, it's okay, Simi. Well, that's what I'm saying. You'll contact Lucian, and then I can hold him accountable for that on many levels. So don't worry. If he misguides you, then you can then. I'm here in UK. I will take you straight to his yard, and then we will make sure that things are sorted. Don't worry. That's what I wanted to say to you. We'll take care of you.
What is your name, Pastor who? All right, sorry.
My name is Sam. I'm here in Bradford City North.
All right, I was.
Yeah. Okay. Kindly, I don't know whether people have finished asking their questions. I just wanted to let you know that the Adventist Home Convivium, we are doing professional development, and the spirituality as well. We are not wanting our members. The Lord says, don't be ignorant of business. So I just brought you so that you can ask a person who is an Adventist as well, so that if ever he needs rebaptism, we can rebaptize him. So that you have your questions answered. I'm not dealing with your investment or anything. We are just dealing with the spirituality so that you're not left out. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter how you think about it. That's how business is run in the world. Whatever plane you ride in, it's not will be 9 o'clock.